A question that we get asked here at CCRC very often is, what is functional rehabilitation? And we want to cover that real quick in this video. So a good way to go about this is talking about two specific words when it comes to rehabilitation. That's isolationism and integrationism. Isolationism, something that I think I have some good experience with my previous career as an athletic trainer, is when we're focusing on exercises that may focus on individual muscles. So I worked a lot with baseball pitchers when I was an athletic trainer, and a very common one that we might do with a dumbbell in hand is work on some external rotation to target these muscles specifically. Nothing wrong with that in terms of certain scenarios when we may need to load a certain muscle, but closer to the functional model would be what we call integrationism, and that's where we begin to tie in full body movements into a movement pattern that looks very similar to what we may do in the actual sport or day-to-day life.
Stealing my thunder here, bro.
Yeah, a little bit.
So the first way that he just talked about is the difference between isolating a muscle and integrating it into a bigger movement. The other one that he just referenced is that the movements that we're going to use more closely represent or emulate the movements that you need to be training for. So that could be, changing a diaper, that could be brushing your teeth, that could be bending over to pick something up off the ground. Or it could be a sports movement like throwing a baseball or hitting a baseball or whatever, or sprinting. We're going to use movements that are bigger movements, more multi-joint, polyarticular to sound smart, multi-joint movements that are going to be very, very close to the movements that you're actually training for. So instead of just doing a hamstring exercise, we're going to have to be doing something where they're sort of up, you're standing up and you're using that leg in a similar way that you would be on the track. So those are the two ways that you can define functional. One is you're integrating the muscles, the joint, or the small movement or the position into a bigger movement. And the second one is that those movements are going to more closely represent that for which you're training. So
yeah, and there's a time and place for both. So like early on in rehab, we may be more of an isolation type exercise, but the goal here is to always integrate these individual joints into overall function, like Dr. Ulm was just talking about.
And the main reason for that, the reason that we bias for it, is we want you to be able to function and perform at your highest level. So we want to train you for the things that you want to do: run, get off the couch, play baseball, whatever it is. So that's why we do it. That's what it is. If you guys have any questions, please reach out. We'd love to answer them for you.